Today, as a company, one of the most common threats we face are spam emails, phishing emails, and emails from compromised emails. We as a company have implemented a lot of preventative measures to deal with these sort of emails, but ultimately, the best defense against this type of threat is for you guys, the end users, the employees, to just always be aware and to remain. Some of the common types of spam attacks that we'll see are the random unspecified attacks. These are just mass emails that just target a broad group of individuals with no specific targets or specific goals beyond just gathering information. The next type of attack that we'll see are the attention seekers. They'll use sensational claims, fake invoices, they'll talk about money, and they just want to talk about something that's just going to get you to react really fast without thinking about it. The next type of thing that we will see are impersonation attacks. These are when they'll pose as a coworker or a supervisor just to pretend that they are that person, and they'll use the urgency of a situation just to bypass kind of getting you guys not to really think about it again or pressure you into just acting before you think. The final type of thing that we'll see are email breach attacks. These are legitimate emails that have been compromised by some other phishing thing, and now they're targeting us. And these are going to be like legitimate emails from legitimate places that intentionally try to capture your credentials so then they can essentially spread the breach almost like a virus. Okay, so here's an example of an impersonation email. You see the person who sent this email is pretending to be Jay Colbert. This is one we can tell is not Jay right off the back because this isn't Jay's actual email. So the next thing we can go through see, well, this isn't his email. We got this big bright yellow warning that's saying this is an external email. If Jay was sending you an email from his step email, which is how he would communicate with you guys, it would be an internal email. So this says, "Good morning. I may be in meetings all day and need assistance with an assignment. Could you please share your cell number so I can reach you by call or text? Thanks so much for your help, Jay Colbert." So this is where it gets a little bit tricky because not all of us have sent emails with Jay to know, well, this isn't really how Jay would speak in an email. But we can just see how the intentional vagueness. Jay wouldn't reach out to you without telling you what he needs you to do. Just saying he needs assistance with assignment and then just asking for your phone number. That's another weird one because he can go into ERSP and look up all your SEP numbers like that. So why would he do that? So again, this person is clearly just trying to dig for information. The information they're trying to dig for is your phone number so then they can send you more spam emails, and that's how they're going to target you. So this is one of the more simpler type of emails that we've seen, but these can also be dangerous because these emails are relying on you to be busy, to be tired. They may come at odd hours of the night. You see this one arrived at 6:40 a.m. So this is before most of us typically start our work day. So they're just going to target you in different ways to catch you at a moment when you're not quite paying attention. And then you just think, oh, Jay is asking for this thing. And the heat of the moment, you just send the number. So we really want to kind of avoid that. This is one of those attention-seeking emails. They're going to throw PayPal at you. Attention-seeking emails, they're a little bit more common. Even though this is targeted at someone in particular, these are pretty commonplace. Their goal is to talk about money to get you to overreact. So they're telling you about $500 is being transferred. They're talking about Bitcoin. They're throwing a lot of Ethereum. They're throwing money words at you because their goal is for you to say, wait, what's going on with my money? And then just react and to call them. So their ultimate goal is for you to just click this number. So these are emails we can pretty much safely ignore or block. So this is the most tricky type of email that we see. And this email is in many ways the consequences of us not preparing for these type of spam emails that we can receive, because this is the spammer's ultimate goal, to capture your login credentials and to take over your email as if it is their own. And this is something that happened to somebody from Trust Management, another employer serving agency. This is their legitimate email address, and they're sending us a capture link. Essentially, they send this document pretending it's a document that you need to access. And then when you click on this document, it will make you sign into your Microsoft credential. And then you may think you're actually signing into Microsoft legitimately, but in reality, you're signing into you're allowing someone to capture your signing credentials so they can then sign into your email and then do this same thing with your email. So let's go back a little bit. Just to say again, this is an email that has actually been breached. So Karen from Trust Management, her email was compromised, and then the person, not Karen, but someone pretending to be Karen, sent out this document. And so when they send out this document, we still get an external, but we'd already know it's external because it's coming from Trust Management. So what's happening here is the spammer is using this legitimate email to gain your trust. Once you recognize it's from Trust Management, sometimes it can be Trust Management. In our case, it can be Trust Management. It can be Alta Regional Center. It could be any other legitimate employer serving agency. And so at this type of email, because there are no giveaways, but the thing is we have to go back to the principles of questions that we need to be asking. So let's go back. We always need to ask ourselves, is this an email that we expected? That's how they'll really get you, is they'll just send you an email out of blue. And then in your concern for trying to figure out, why did I get this email? That's when you'll fall into the likely spam. The next thing that we need to do is try to figure out if this is the person sending the email. So if you receive an unexpected email, the next step should be trying to contact this person another way, maybe through text message, maybe a phone call, maybe a video phone call. The goal is to try to get in contact with them outside of the email, just in case the email is compromised. And then just consider if the email is something that you and that person would usually talk about. If someone sends you an email about housing or something like that, but you're in the deaf department and your employer already has a home, for example, then you wouldn't really be hearing about a housing type thing. So it's just you just have to kind of develop this critical mindset of always analyzing emails. And we understand it's not the simple thing. It's just something that we want to practice, and we just want to get in the habit of it. If we build up the habit of doing that, then eventually it would just become second nature for you. So what are the actions that we need to take after you receive this type of email? The first thing we want you to do is talk to a colleague. We want you to talk to your manager. You want to talk to your office mate. You want to talk to your supervisor. You want to talk to anybody who you think just get a fresh set of eyes on it. And then once they give their opinion, that'll be how you'll be able to go through the motions. The next thing you want to do is verify the sender's identity. We already kind of spoke about that. Like we were saying, video call, phone call, text message, contact them through some other means. And then the next step after that is, like, when in doubt, reach out to IT, reach out to me, reach out to Joaquin, reach out to our IT partners at Entrust, and then reach out to us and then let us take a look at it, and then we'll give you our opinion too. It's better to send something through all these things and just get reconfirmed that it's legitimate email than to not do this and have that doubt that you could possibly become compromised.